We got those GPS monitors in the
Love
back
the
of our
GPS.
jersey, right? They monitor like how fast you go, how far you run.
I'd be figuring out how to hack those if I played.
Well, I figured it out, but they figured it out as well that I figured it out. I'll take the jersey off and I'm going like this.
I do want to ask you though, okay? Because I mean, so we just had a whole conversation for like an hour before we hit record, just about what it's about to be from Pittsburgh, what it's like to like, you know, live your dream and be from Pittsburgh and still be in your hometown. We actually, you know, we've talked about this a little bit with you on the show before, right? When we had him on Back in the Mind. First of all, let's talk about that. The difference between the first episode and the second episode.
Man, you guys made it out of the gutter. Not that your spot was bad. The spot was sweet downtown. I'm not going to lie. You go up, we were on a 38, it was some 38th floor or something. Was that right? 36, 38?
8th, but yeah, close.
8th. I'm off by 30. Not bad. But it was sweet. We were up high. Well, it felt like we were up high, and it was still a cool spot, but you're out of the gutter.
Yeah,
but
it's a different feel. So we're happy to have you back on for one. But we just had a whole conversation out here in the lobby, just like talking about, you know, Pittsburgh and like athletes in Pittsburgh and, you know, just all the people that come out of Pittsburgh. We always say, as people born and raised here, like, you know, there's something special about this place. There's, you know, people treat each other differently. They, you know, they talk about things differently. They're more open and honest with each other. Like, there's no facade when you have like two Pittsburghers in a room. Like, you get to the heart of like what's going on. So I kind of want to talk to you about that a little bit today, just about your experience kind of actualizing every Yinzer's dream, which is to make it to the NFL as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Like, I feel like even people that don't play football are like, it'd be sweet to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers if you're from Pittsburgh. So I kind of want to throw it to you there and just let's talk a little bit about that. You're giving back to the city. You got all kinds of things going on. What does it feel like from year one to year two, the difference? Because we talked about the content that you dropped last year, and it was like the joke is nobody knows who you are.
Yeah.
Is that changing, or is that still...
Well, it's definitely changing a little bit, which it doesn't suck, but like if I could do what I do and be undercover and, you know, kind of move about my life without people knowing, that'd be great. But now that I'm in this, it's like I got to embrace it. And, you know, people, that's what they like to see. And, you know, they want to know you for who you are. And, like, at the end of the day, dude, like, I am who I am, and football's my job. Like, just as every guy in there, like, we're human beings. Like it's just dudes in there that are really damn good at football. Dudes in the NBA locker room that are just damn good at basketball. Like, we can bring any guy in here, and like by the end of it, I guarantee we're like, that's just one regular ass dude. Like, that's just good at hoops or good at, like, just if we were in high school and like the best player. Like, you're going to be boys with the best player. Like, you don't think anything about it. It's just like, damn, Vinny's really good at football or Vinny's really good at basketball. So, like, for me, I've, like, accepted the fact that, like, people are looking at you differently. People are watching what you do. But at the end of the day, you just got to be yourself. And, like, that's what I want to do. And, like, I don't want to change. I don't want football to change me because football, and, like, Mike T even says it, like, football's not who you are, it's what you do. So, like, you can't let that beat you up and, like, take part of your life. Like, it's a job at the end of the day. Like, you clock in, you clock out. Don't take that shit home with you. Like, and, like, I'm guilty. Everyone's guilty of taking it home with you too. Like, you play bad, bro, that'll beat you up. Like, the stress we're under, the pressure we're under, like, you know, you don't play well. You're thinking, damn, am I going to have a job? Or they like me? They hate me? Does the fans know? Do they hate me too? Like, so it is stressful in that sense. But Pittsburgh, going back to that point, like, this place is different. And you don't really understand it unless you're from here and you, like, fully embraced it. And, like, playing for the Steelers, coming from, like, where I've came from, I played college ball here at Duquesne. Like, my life's legitimately not real. Like, I go out now and, like, see sometimes, like, rarely, but, like, here and there people will recognize me and ask for a picture or, you know, not to sign anything in public, but, like, a picture or like tell me that they're a fan, which is like wild to me. If you told my friends that, they'd be like, dude, they're a fan of you? Like, there's no way they're a fan of you. I'm like, I'm telling you, like, and like Heather will see it because like we're with each other obviously 24/7, but like some of my friends won't believe it because they're not with me when it happens. And like when it does happen, I just kind of want to like pull out my phone and be like, yo, can you say that again? Like my friends won't believe this shit. Like you gotta tell them that you know me from football and not just like knowing me. So it's been wild, dude. It's wild.
See, the thing is, I've realized just about being in the locker room, man. Like you said, we're a bunch of normal dudes. We just get amplified to a level that most people don't understand, right? So, like, in that space, man, like, what is it like to see that a lot of your dreams are coming true? And what would you say to somebody out there right now who's trying to make that happen?
Like, I obviously always dreamed, just like we all did, of like getting in the NFL, NBA, MLB, whatever sport you were, aspiring to be in. But like, I never thought in a million years, dude, that I'd be in the NFL. Like, yeah, you got dreams, but like when you get older and you realize, like, damn, like I get to Duquesne, I'm like, all right, I'm playing football at Duquesne, I ain't at Ohio State. Like,
right.
Your dreams go, okay, get a little more like, hey, reality check sets in, probably not going to make it to the league. So like, for anyone that thinks that it's not a possibility, you just never know. Like, you truly never know. Like, and you might get laughed at. Like, kids might get laughed at for working extra, which is crazy. Like, right. Imagine like staying extra after practice and like getting extra work and getting laughed at for it. Like,
yeah.
Like, and I'm guilty of it. Like, I did do that at Duquesne. I'm like, that dude's getting extra work. Yeah. But like,
isn't that a weird, like,
weird.
So that's
weird,
maybe that's
crazy.
Something we could talk about a little bit too. I think Pittsburgh has and I don't know if it's because of like what happened with like the steel industry or like it was before me. I came into a Pittsburgh that has a very, and I don't want to say this word and piss off the entire city.
Oh, let's get it.
But a very like victim mindset of nothing good happens for me. Everything happens against me. Why? You hear how many times be like, of course this happens to me. You hear that a lot here, dude. And like, I don't know where that came from. But like, I feel like the people I talk to, like people our age that we have constant conversations is like, we're almost reclaiming the mindset that like Pittsburgh, something good can happen to you here. Facts. Like, this is a cool city. I remember growing up thinking like,
this city's unbelievable, dude.
I remember growing up going like, man, all I heard about Pittsburgh was like kind of negativity and like,
Facts.
From like family and from, you need to go to this city or that city or whatever. And then I remember growing up being like, I don't know, man, like almost feeling gaslighted out of thinking the city I'm from is cool. And like now I think we have a generation of people that are like, no, it actually is cool. And the values of that like weird mindset somehow are all instilled in us that like, it's like a natural humility.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. And sometimes it's too much humility.
Right.
And that's why nobody brags or like talks about the city like as in, no, I actually think this is special. It's a weird culture we've created.
100%.
But you also know what happens is, bro, is like a lot of people from Pittsburgh really don't, like some of the people don't leave. So they don't really know like how special the city is until you actually go to another city. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to know other cities and been to other cities and know that like Pittsburgh's actually special. Like for me personally, just going to other places, Pittsburgh has the most forest around it in terms of a city that I've ever been in. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty. It's very pretty. You know what I mean? So, and also like who else has an entrance to the city? Like,
well, we take that for, I was just going to bring that up. We probably take that for granted because we've been here our whole lives. Like how many times you rode through the Fort Pitt? Like for me, I'm from the South Hills. So like riding through the Fort Pitt Tunnel.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Right.
But like now that I'm like realizing like how cool that view is, like 2 days ago, me and Heather were riding through the tunnel. And I'm like, get your phone out, get your phone out.
Yeah.
Like the sunset, I'm like, just get a video. Like I've never even done that in my life because I've just been so used to it. Like the people that come here, they're like, dude, that was the coolest entrance to a city I've ever seen.
Yeah, I had a friend from Charlotte come visit us one time, and we were coming through the tunnel. He'd never been to Pittsburgh, but he's a Steeler fan.
Oh, man.
So we're coming through the tunnel, and I'm like, yeah, it's like I'm hyping it up. But like rarely do you hype things up and then it's better than what you hyped it up to be.
That's a fact.
But we're driving through and I'm like, dude, it's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. And he's like, man, I'm excited to see it. We get through. It's a firework night at a Pirate game.
Oh, man.
And the city's just lit up because they just won the game. There's fireworks over the bridges.
And the water's lighting up.
Yeah, he's like, bro, this is unbelievable.
Unreal.
Like, this is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And, you know, it's moments like that, but I won't even speak deeper than just how beautiful the city is.
Right.
But, like, the heart and the culture of the people in the city is something that I've not experienced somewhere else.
Right.
So what's that like? Because you go into a locker room, right, where you're
I'm one of the only guys from Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Joey's from Pittsburgh, you know. But like Joey's maybe not like, is he a Yinzer? Probably not. Like, but like it's different because these guys are like they do love Pittsburgh. Like a lot of them love Pittsburgh. They're like, dude, the city's cool, the food's good. Like I know Pat Queen said it the other day. Like the food's great here. Like he loved the food.
Yeah.
As for the people, I just feel like if you get Pittsburgh people, they're genuine. Like they're genuine people to you if you know how to like talk to them and like know our language and like I don't know, like you guys would get it, but like I feel like some people in the locker room might not get it. It might come off or someone that's visiting like that we're rude
right.
or like, but that's just like I feel like how we are as like a city and like it's like gritty. It's like
we talk shit. Like that's what we're good at.
it's-
Like we're really good at it.
Yeah, it's just being real with people. But like the locker room, dude, this is the first time you're in a locker room where like, cause at a school like Duquesne, most people are probably from the Pittsburgh area.
Yeah, a lot.
So
Probably
like
80 a lot.
You know, I mean, when you're in that locker room, right, you're trying to not only prove yourself because, you know, you had a long shot, you know, at
for sure
being there.
Yeah.
And you journeyed around the NFL and you like constantly evolved and changed from, you know, position to position and you just found your way. And like that's something that I think is it, and I don't know that it's somebody without like a really hardworking mindset of like, you know, the Pittsburgh culture. How much do you think that is given credit to you being where you are today? Like
a lot. I mean, I feel like my grandpa grew up like laying tile and doing like stone work and like I feel like just like all of our families have some sort of like either like trade, masonry work, like something along those lines that have kind of like instilled in you. You're gonna need to work hard to support for your family and do what the hell you
Right.
want to do. Like, and I feel like that's like the definition of Pittsburgh. Like, work hard, like, and shut the hell up. Like, do your work and just shut up.
So tell me about this then, right? Do the work, shut up. How much do you identify with that? Because you're a mix. You do the work, and then I also see you online acting up. So you don't really shut up.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I feel like to get to where I'm at, I had to do the work and shut the hell up.
Yeah.
And now at this point, like, well, I'm on a podcast, so I really like. I'm obviously not shutting the hell up now, but
I didn't mean that to call you
No,
out, but
no.
I identify with that. Like I have that mindset of like, don't say too much, just do what you got to do,
Lock in.
and then like make your money and then go home. But like, I think there's a bigger mindset now where it's not just punch in, punch out,
Right.
work, you know, your day and then get home mentality in Pittsburgh. There's a forward thinking mentality that's evolving here that's like generational. It's like, what are we building? What are we,
Right.
you know, going to attract and bring to this city for the next generation of people
Starting
here?
to evolve.
It is, and I'm excited about it. So you know.
I obviously been in other cities for a little bit at a time and like didn't get a chance to obviously I'm from here, so it's like I know a lot of people here, but like I feel like the young professionals here in Pittsburgh, like there's a lot of young, very successful, like
Agreed.
in their 30s, in their late 20s, early 30s, like a lot of young, successful people that like we probably all know that are like running businesses in Pittsburgh that are like all supporting each other in some sort of way or fashion, which is like, that's special. Like you're not going to go to like Denver and people from different high schools like North Hills and Char Valley and Lebo and Seneca and like they all intertwine and somehow have something familiar and like in common with each other that they all work together and become like successful businesses and push each other and raise each other's levels. Like it's like you can't even really explain it. Like
I'd agree. I definitely would agree just because Pittsburgh's like one big family for the good and for the bad, right? Like you're gonna have those arguments, you're gonna have those
Yeah.
disagreements, right? But at the same time, like everybody's looking out for somebody. Like if you want to get to somebody that's in Pittsburgh, 9 times out of 10, you probably either know somebody or somebody
Dude.
around you. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
I feel like you could get to anybody.
Oh,
Like if you need to get something in Pittsburgh that you need, or some business thing, you need cement laid, you need a wall bill, you need anything, you can text one of your boys. They'll know somebody, or they'll know somebody that knows somebody that you got it.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
And then you're getting a discount.
Always got a reminder of the discount.
But it's just it's a special city. Like, dude, I can't boast about it anymore. I mean, I play here. It's like people are gonna be like, dude, quit blowing the city.
All right. True. All right.
But
so if you could go play for any other city, no, I'm just
No, don't do that.
That's a great question.
I think about it, but that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Nah,
Don't
I
answer that.
like that answer. I
Never
like
gonna
that
happen.
answer.
We're gonna be here. Yeah, we're gonna be here. Icy lights,
Keep them flowing.
Permanis.
Man,
That's it,
P-Mans.
What are your? Give me your top restaurants. Give me your top Italian food in the city. Anywhere, not even in the city.
I honestly don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't.
You're a home cooked meal guy. You're
no,
like a
I just whatever's efficient.
all right.
Chick-fil-A.
He's a dad. He's a dad.
He's a dad, bro.
Yeah, he's a dad.
He eats chicken nuggets and then he eats off his kids, bro. It
He's
is what it
thinking
is.
about like whatever I can do to get in and get out and
Yeah.
be, yeah.
100%, dude. This
I
is a
respect
lot
it.
of work.
I know. I feel that.
I will say though, we have Peter's Pasta on, so I'll shout him out.
Hey, Peter's Pasta.
Peter's Pasta.
Go check him out.
You know who that
He
is?
is. Yeah, his stuff's actually fire.
Yeah.
Yes.
You need to make some. You need to make some pasta with Peter's Pasta.
That'd be smooth.
I will. I know. I think we talked a little bit. He went over to Spillane's house one during the season, I think 2 years ago, and was cooking up some pasta. I couldn't make it over. I was devastated.
Yeah.
But he's legit.
That's another Pittsburgh dude right there, dude.
Where's he from?
Honestly, that's a great question.
I don't know. Pittsburgh.
Somewhere.
I really
Yeah.
don't- I
It
really
don't-
have no
doesn't
idea.
matter. You're
No.
from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's Pittsburgh.
Hey, here's a question. What does a guy who's from Pittsburgh that plays for the Steelers just do on a day-to-day basis? Like, what is like? You're an average. You know, what's the term you said?
A
Tomlin.
rare civilian.
Civilian. Rare civilian.
Rare civilian. So,
Yeah,
like, what does a
just-
rare civilian's day in the life look like?
Honestly, I get up, walk the dog in the morning, probably like 6:30, 7, leave, head in the facility, and then like once I'm in there, dude, like it's just like
Work.
that's all I'm when I'm in there, my mind's off, and that's like the best thing. It's like my remedy. Like you're in there, and like the only thing I'm worried about is literally snapping. Like I don't care about anything outside of football, snapping a football, and doing what I got to do in my damn job. After that, go home, hang out, walk around the strip.
You're getting married, right?
Getting married in July, so wedding planning.
Yeah. You're planning for a wedding. You're planning for all kinds of
My-
shit right now. You got the outing. You
golf
got the,
outing
the
next
camp,
week.
right?
June
Tell us about it.
15th. Golf outing. Jack and Jill. Well, I opened up my own nonprofit last year, Kuntz for Kids. Basically, we just want to, empower the youth in Pittsburgh, like kids that are underprivileged that don't have meals. Like, man, these kids might be going to school and they might not have a meal to come home to. So, like, you're finishing school at 3 p.m. and then they're not eating. Like,
Right.
it was so like for me, I was lucky and fortunate enough to have a meal at all times when I grew up. I lived with my mom and grandparents, and we were fortunate. And for me, it kind of struck home that like some of these kids are not going hungry. Some of them like that came to my youth camp last year, like were wearing like snow boots, and like some of them came in like sandals and like.
Right.
For me, for me, it was like that shit hit me, and I was like, dude, we gotta do something for the kids that are like living like this. Like I don't want to get them toys. I want to do essentials. So we started my own nonprofit. Had 2 events last year, my youth camp and Jack and Jill golf outing. Jack and Jill golf outing sold out. Sponsors were incredible. Like. All my sponsors, like my boys that we're talking about that runs these businesses in Pittsburgh, like all rallied behind me.
Yeah.
Sponsored. We raised close to like $35,000 last
That's
year, my
huge.
first year. This year we're already like at 35, and we haven't even had the event yet,
Yeah.
which raises a ton of money. And you know, we got ideas to do things around the city, like, you know, like a single mom essential drive during Christmas time, where I just like pick 5 to 10 single moms. Man, pause for a second. Jesse's laughing. I'm saying, like, I'm not talking about single moms over here.
Jesse just started
Jesse's
giggling.
hype, dude.
He's
Jesse
the
He
worst.
started smiling. You see him smiling?
Yeah, bro,
I said
like-
single moms, and he's like, no, I'm
You're
leaving.
that one kid in class. You're trying not to laugh, bro, and he's just over there giggling.
We're having a dead ass serious conversation, and he starts giggling about single moms. But nah, we
Jesse's like,
like,
I got the content.
Just keeping it light
yeah,
around here.
single
I'll be there to capture everything.
single moms that they might not have the opportunity to get their kids shoes and
Right.
and fucking toilet paper, whatever
Jesse
you may
can
need.
get him shoes.
Yeah, Jesse, you're
nice
Jesse's the shoe
we'll
guy.
get them. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna hook them up. But
Hey,
yeah,
we
we
like
just
to get back around here. We do. Hey, now I'm being nice here. All right? We're done laughing here. We're done laughing here. All right.
But yeah, so we just want to do stuff like that around the city, and like, I don't know, just help people out, especially these kids that are, you know, unfortunate, you know,
Yeah.
unfortunate, less fortunate than we are.
That's
Yeah.
really cool, man. I can't lie to you. I'm kind of curious because I did this with Vinny. I kind of had him explain like all of his friend group. You know what I mean? One of my favorites is his boy Ashy Knees, and then Ashy Knees and I got a bond. He's cool. He's cool.
Oh yeah.
But with that, like, if you had to like go through your friends and explain them to somebody, what would they sound like? What would they be like? Who's funny? Who's not?
Man, I feel like I have like,
Like, do you still hang out with like high school friends?
oh yeah, I got like
Yeah.
I got like 4 of my best friends that are like, we're group texts like from high school, like they're all over the place right now. I got 2 in New York, one's in Michigan.
Wow.
One of them travels every weekend, like every week, like he's in a different city he's an engineer laying pipe down, like it's
Just had to feel
pause, dude. God damn. Like, he's an engineer. He's doing fucking oil and gas pipes. Holy shit. Can we control
you're
this?
speaking. You're the one speaking. I'm just here. I'm just here.
Dude, and then I got like my group of college friends that, like, you know, one's DC at Duquesne, one's he's running his own construction business here in Pittsburgh.
Talking about Mickey?
Mickey's DC at Duquesne.
That's your dog?
Yes, my boy.
Hey,
yeah.
shout out to Mickey, man.
Shout out
This
to
is an
Mickey.
example of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, 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 this is
triangularity right here,
perfect.
just-
Yep.
And then, like, obviously, I got friends outside that are. We got boys everywhere.
yeah.
Hey, I like
The
it.
boys are sprinkled all over.
Dude, what's your favorite ride at Kennywood?
Ooh, great question.
Is it still called the Phantom?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think so.
Dude, the Phantom's incredible. The first dip off the Phantom.
Yeah.
The line in that mug be forever though. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I know.
Every year.
I feel like I almost fell off the like going back to like my childhood. I feel like I almost fell off the Jackrabbit growing up. Like,
Everybody
I feel
almost
like, dude,
does.
that shit was like
That's
unsafe.
that's getting baptized into
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is almost
Falling off the jack. Okay.
Yeah,
So I'm
falling
not-
off the
the
jack.
Like you
racer,
didn't,
the
then-
racer's good.
Mm.
I mean, the team went to Kennywood Monday. I didn't make it.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Why
Yeah,
didn't you
I
go?
I didn't. I was getting back from
Come
my
on,
bachelor
dude.
party. Yeah, I
want it.
didn't make it.
That boy was
Oh, it was a
sleeping.
bachelor party.
It was a. Everybody had fun. Everybody had fun. No one got arrested.
Good
We
stuff.
made it back safe, dude. Like, that's all you can ask for. Like, we
Yeah.
all made it back safe. The boys are intact.
When's the wedding?
July 20th,
So when's camp?
huge.
July 24th.
Wow.
Honeymooning in Latrobe.
There we go. Who you rooming
Nice,
with?
Yeah. The team, the squad, the boys. We're gonna honeymoon in Latrobe, maybe play some golf at Laurel Valley.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I'm obviously a honeymoon would have been probably pretty nice, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Getting into the season, getting in the thick of things.
That's huge, brother.
We're ready for it. Yeah, we're ready.
Nice.
Are you excited for the season?
I'm pumped, dude. I like our schedule. Everyone's like bitching about our schedule, and
What do you
Dude,
mean?
at the end of the
I don't
day-
even know what you're talking about. Why are they complaining about it? Like it's
I
a
don't
tough
know.
schedule
See,
or
look, I'm on Twitter. Yeah, it looks tough from the paper, but like you don't know who's going to be hurt. Like you don't know who's going to be hurt, what teams are going to
Facts.
perform,
Oh, yeah.
what teams are going like.
is it a lot of like Wait, isn't it like not a lot of home games at the beginning, half of the season?
It's the beginning half is good. It's the back half. The back half, I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
You don't got to say nothing, but I can.
It's bad.
It's brutal. Like from a viewer standpoint, because when you're in a locker room, bro, in your head, we're winning every game. I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's the Legion. It's the Legion. You feel me? It's the team. But from a viewer's aspect, you go down that list, it's like Joey Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Joey Burrow, Lamar Jackson,
Kenny's
Patrick
outperforming
Mahomes.
Jalen apparently.
Yeah. Shout out to KP. Yeah, go get that bag.
Might be KP by the time we get there.
Yeah, you never know. But it
really don't.
That is wild. It is a wild end of the stretch schedule. But like I said, dude, no one knows who's going to be good. Like you don't know if Kansas City's going to come out and lay an egg. Now they have Mahomes or whatever, so that's unlikely. But still, you just
really
never
don't
know. Like the NFL's crazy. All professional sports are just nuts.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about it, bro. Like when they say any given Sunday, that's a real thing. Like you really don't know. It's a professional sport, bro. People are getting paid to play this game, bro.
Dude.
It's not like there's a bunch of scrubs out there and they're just not going to play today. Like you know what I mean? Like it's a real life battle. That's why I love it because it's the closest thing to gladiator sport, bro. Because you're really out there.
That is facts. Like we lost the 2-11 Cardinals. Everyone's like, how you lose to the Cardinals? It's like, dude. What do you mean? Yeah. They're getting paid just like the rest of us. They got the same salary cap as us. Yeah, they're damn good. Everybody out there is unbelievable. Like,
Kyler Murray was a first-round draft pick. Like,
Right.
what are you
first
talking
overall?
about?
Yeah, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Then we lost to New England. Everyone's like, how'd you lose two in a row to those two teams? It's like, dude.
Yeah.
They're professionals.
Yeah,
you
they're
gotta-
getting paid too.
You got a team of men like literally like fighting to feed their family. Like it's any given Sunday's real.
It's real. And like our coordinator Danny Smith always says, like he don't believe in upsets, like which is like the truest thing ever. Like the better team, the team that plays better will win the game. That's just that is the
Facts.
That's the most factual thing I've ever heard. Like in the NFL, there's no such thing as an upset. If you play better than them, you're winning.
Right.
Plain and simple. Like
whoever's going to make the least amount of mistakes. And I think that
Yes.
even to what we're doing right now with what we're doing with One Team Media, right? Like for me, I take it into that mindset. You know what I mean? When you
Yeah.
go into that, like, okay, like it's a dog-eat-dog world. Now, in the space that we're in, right, like ain't nobody about to hand you nothing. You got to go get it. You got to go figure it out. You got to go bring in the client. You got to go bring in the people to get to where you want to go, right? We don't have that
100%.
actual enemy in front of us, but essentially, you know there's people out there who's doing the same exact thing that you're trying to do. How well can you show people that you do it better? You know what I mean? So it's like any given Sunday, you're a professional. I expect you to be great. If you're not great with the professional tag behind your name, then why are you doing it? You know what I'm saying? So like, I tell these guys all the time, I'm a terrible fan. Like I hate being a fan. Like I despise it.
I know.
I want to kick people in the face when I go to games. That's why I don't go to games. I'd rather watch it on TV and chill with him and him than ever go to an actual football game. You know what I mean? So
why you a fan that scrutinizes? Like you see a guy miss a play and you're like, come on, you're a pro. Like you should make that play.
bro, I can't stand that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
No, he's saying that's not him.
I can't
Like
do
he,
that.
he's saying when
yeah.
he sits in the stands
I'm
and
watching
people
film.
are like just a random dude's like, he's open.
Yeah.
It like triggers him.
Bro.
And I understand that too, because like it's just like you don't understand like anything about the inner workings of how a play
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
Bro, like-
and it's just
It kills me, bro. And then
know,
on top of that, your story with your family, like that bothered me when you were at the game and like dude was screaming cuss words next to your daughter. Like, bro,
yeah,
she's
that was on me for bringing her to the game, though. Like, to
I
be
mean,
honest,
yeah.
like I'm at a football game.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
just,
it's-
dude, I just think like we're establishing on this show. I'm in like dad mode where like efficiency, like keep my family safe. I'm in survival mode over here, dude. Like I'm in here providing and protecting. Okay, I'm in that phase of my life right now. I'm in the
respect
fucking
it.
trenches like this, like holding the line, and like I got all the shit happening right now, and I'm like, did we make the field goal? Like that's where I'm at. Like that's it. I got to hold everything off until we make the field goal. And like honestly, dude. All right, let's just get real on the pod.
Let's do it.
When I launched the show, like this is the shit that I wanted to launch the show for. It's
100%.
it's because I felt like I had a message that was deeper than art.
Come on.
Okay? And when I felt like I had a message deeper than art, I felt like the paintbrush maybe I felt like I wasn't a good enough artist to fully express my thoughts through my canvas. So I felt like I had to vocalize them until I understood what my messaging was enough to be able to relate that through my art. So I feel like truly my art I haven't done the art that I want to be known for yet.
Right.
And with you, your art is football right now. And so I'm not future casting. I'm just saying you have an experience that is very, very rare coming
sure.
from your hometown and playing for that team. So you have a unique perspective on life and on like what's possible.
Right.
And that's there's a lot of power and weight in that. So the reason I'm saying all this right now is because when I launched the show, I was excited about giving people like yourself a platform to talk about what's more than just, your day-to-day life in the locker room. But like, who are you outside of that locker room? What makes you show up every day?
Come on.
That's what
why?
I'm passionate
What's your why?
about.
Like, what's your why?
So like, what is your why? Like, what gets you out of bed that like, it's not just being an NFL football player so you could tell your high school friends you did it.
Yeah,
Like, what gets you going?
I mean, dude, I'm like, that was great. I'm like an ultra competitor. Like, I don't know if that stems from like me growing up as the youngest brother and like getting my ass kicked for however many years until that switch flipped and like that's what happened. But like for me, I want to compete in every single thing I do and I want to win in every single thing I do. Like I don't care if we're flipping cards here playing war. Like I want to beat you in war. Like,
come on.
And I'll probably be pissed about it if I don't beat you in war. But like, and then on another like aspect of that, like I want to prove people wrong that said to me like, oh, you think he can play at Duquesne after he got hurt in high school and like didn't really play in high school? He walks on at Duquesne. There's people that say that shit.
Right.
That like they're out there. They don't think that. Oh, he started long snapping when I'm like 4 years removed from football, still long snapping, still trying to get in, and I'm valeting cars and putting in dog fences and doing certain side jobs like working on an oil rig and shit. And people are like, dude, when is he going to get a real job?
Right.
Like, I want to make those people eat their words and I want to prove myself right. And like, I want to prove now that my family, like my mom, my brothers, my dad, Heather, like my aunts, uncle, everyone that did believe in me, that did see it, like I want to prove them right, and like now I want to play until I say it's done, until I want to play 10 years. Like I don't want it to play 3 years, 4 years, 5, and people be like, well, he only played 5 years. No, I want to play 10 and be like, that's a career. Like that, he did that for 10 years. Like he proved them wrong. He had a career. Like it wasn't a fluke. And like people are out there still saying like, oh, he's from Pittsburgh and he's good with the fans and the media and that's why he has a job. They love him in there and like that pisses me off.
Right.
Like, imagine getting that set of like people say that shit like, oh, he's from Pittsburgh, he's getting this as a favor. You think the NFL, you think Mr. Rooney, you think Mike Tomlin, you think Danny Smith are putting their job, their company, their business, everything on the line to hire a kid from Pittsburgh to do a job?
No way.
They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit where you're from. Like if I'm not doing my job, I wouldn't be there. So like for me, that gets me going. Like you could tell I'm like pissed. Like so like those three things about like being a competitor, proving my family right, making other people eat their words, and kind of like that just gets me going. That just I don't know.
You just hype me up. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Because that pisses me off too. Because like you gotta understand what it's like to be in that locker room. So I want you to elaborate a little bit on what the business behind sports looks like, because they're not handing shit to nobody. I know that for a fact. You could even be better than the player that got the contract, and you still might not
you
get
won
it.
the Disney Spirit Award. You don't think that would be a good publicity thing for a team to bring you in and give you a contract for a year? Like you literally have the most overcoming story in all of college football.
And to be honest with you, bro, like I wanted to be that. Like I'm being honest with you, like I wanted to be in the position that you're in. So like with that said though, like I know exactly what you mean, bro, because I feel like I had a great rookie minicamp and that shit ate me alive, bro. I was like, damn, I didn't get a contract. You know what I'm saying? But then you think about it, bro, like they're not just handing shit to nobody. If anything, think about going to the store, right? If you can get something for cheaper, right? The same product for cheaper, are you going to? Yeah. 1,000% When we were told when you go into that next level, and I'm sure they told you this, bro, they're finding reasons not to pay you. Yeah. So why would they want to just hand this man money? So could you elaborate a little bit on that, on what it's like to even get to that level and how hard it is to even stay in the business?
Dude, the business side's wild. Like you you're there one day and then you're not, like, I was in New England for no joke, like 17 hours. I got there, I practiced, and I got, you know, the opportunity to practice against Brady, which was like cool as hell. Like, that was like, I got up there, I was 21 years old or 22. I was a rookie. Like, I'm fired up. I'm thinking I have a chance. I practice. They get me set up in this, like, not even an Airbnb, like a little extended stay, whatever. Next day I roll in, hey, you got to give your iPad. You're cut. That was literally 17 hours. I practiced one day, did the physicals, was up there, cut. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them. Like, if you're not fitting your piece of the puzzle for them,
Right.
like, you're gone.
Right.
Yeah. It's either you or them.
Exactly.
Like, if they don't think that you're the best person for the squad, to your point,
Won't
you're
be
not there just because it's
Facts.
a fun story and we get to make cool promotion videos with local like channels. And dude, it's so much further than that. But I will say, the Steelers seem to have this like presence, right, with the world, that there is a family feel to it. What's the balance of that? Like the balance of like the family care nature of like playing for a coach like Coach T, and like also the business duality of that, where, you know, you could walk in and have like a really honest conversation, but you could also walk in and be like, hey, thanks for being here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, the Steeler fans, like, not even the people in Pittsburgh, like, they're wild, obviously. Like, the Yinzers fans are wild, but like the fans across the whole country, across the world, like, does make it feel like a family. Like, Steeler fans stick together, and like, I don't know, like, Deshaun Elliott was in the media, one of our safeties that we signed, and he came from Baltimore, Miami, and he said something like, dude, he was walking around the strip district and he saw like every store was selling Steeler gear.
Right.
Like, that makes it feel like family, of like, you're here, you're like gonna play, but in the same sense, like we talked about, it's a business, dude. Like, it's a billion. They're all $1 billion businesses. They're not gonna like mess around and hire somebody to do some job and it's not the best that they can go get. Like, they're going to get the best they could go get, and like keeping the balance of it. Like, yeah, you have to remind yourself, like, if you get complacent in there and you think that like you're going to go out and like, oh, I'm just going to go out and do it by my shit. I've been here for 3 years. I've been here for 2 years. Like, maybe I won't work out this offseason. I'll just show up to OTAs and not work out. Like, you'll be gone. Like, they don't care. Like, it doesn't matter one bit. And then like, people don't understand that. People think that like, you know, we're there and your life's perfect. Like, we have it made. Like, they have no idea. Like, we're humans. Like, we have shit outside of this too.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we have stress with our job. Everyone's like, you have the best life ever. You know, you're not stressed at all. You have the best job ever. I'm not stressed. You don't think I'm stressed with my job? Like, come on.
Man.
Like, you don't think the other guy's stressed with his job? You don't think every guy's watching their iPad on the plane immediately on the way home because they're like, how did I perform? Like, how did it look? Did I do my job? Did it do good? Are they going to cut me this week? Are they going to cut me for that? Am I going to be elevated this week? Am I going to be down this week? Am I not going to get a game check? Like, there's so many variables to it that like people don't fucking get. It's like,
you just touched on something that hurts a little bit for people that are out there, because I know a lot of guys who are retired now. Like, I don't think people think about, like, we're stable here. We at least know we're in Pittsburgh with this job.
Oh.
With the NFL, bro, I feel like you're telling your family we're up.
dude.
And now you got to pick up Veda and Little Vinny the next week because they just told you you're fired.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. Like if you just work a job in Pittsburgh and that job doesn't work out, you can find another job similar to that in Pittsburgh. There's no other professional football team.
You're moving cities.
You're moving cities with your family.
People are having babies. Like young dudes are having babies, getting cut. Having their family here, getting cut. Then where do they go? They going home to live with their mom and their mother-in-law, and like, what are you going to do? Like, these people don't, like, some people outside this don't understand, like, the hardships that, you know, these NFL athletes, there's glit and glamour, like, you know, you're making $1 million or you're making 40, whatever the hell you're making, like, but that's a rare, you got to think that's 0.001% of them.
Yeah.
The other percentage that aren't making teams, that are getting cut and left on the street, like, some of them are going down a dark path. It's fucking sad. And you think the organization that fired them gives a shit? No. On to the next one.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not, I'm not bad mouthing the organization. I'm just saying, like, it's just a business.
Can't,
Like,
dude. You can't.
They can't care. You know what I'm saying? Like,
There's programs in place. There's things to help these athletes, but there really is there's nobody that can save
security.
them.
No
And
security.
That's one of the things that, like, I think we're passionate about, especially on this show, is like talking to the athletes, and because I create now. I don't work out and get better at that craft, but I do have a craft that I train in, and that's content creation, and that's art, and that's all the stuff. So, like, I relate in that where it's, there's a business aspect to it too, like to everything that we do 100%. Around here. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I control, like, myself, and I'm responsible for if things went south here, like with my job, with my career, I'm responsible, nobody else. So, like, having a plan in place for that is important. And I think a lot of athletes, they just, they put all their chips in, and then that's great because you need to do that to get to that level.
Right.
But then because they put all their chips in, they got to that level, and then something didn't work out, and there was no plan B, because in order to get there, you had to sell plan B. So it's like there's this real, like,
it's a hard balance,
deep balance that athletes, especially ones that make it to your level, have to carry in life.
Man, you're hitting me right now, Vin. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, because like you said, bro, there's a security in us planning, right? Like, you can go to school for what we've done and what we're doing to a degree, right? And you can have that security in knowing that I can go and just ask for a job, and you might be entry level, but you got a space within Pittsburgh that you could go to. When you go to college, and the only thing that you've ever thought of since you were a little boy, right, was playing in the NFL, you have not tried to do anything else.
Well, I think people with plan Bs probably don't get there.
There. You know what I'm saying? So
right? Because, I mean, if you had, I'm sure you have options to fall back on, but it's like, no, I'm, like, still committed to this. Like, so when you got cut for the 4th time.
Yeah. It's funny you said that, like, that you brought up the plan B thing, like people that don't have a plan B. When my agent, and like I said, I got a smaller agent, he's got a couple guys, he's not like freaking Drew Rosenhaus or anything, sorry, Ryan, but like when he interviews guys and asks them, like, what's your plan B? He doesn't look like guys that say, I don't have a plan B. And I didn't even know that I told him that. I'm dead serious. I guess he asked me, what's your plan B? And I looked at him and I said, I don't have a plan B. Like, I'm putting all my eggs in one, like, I'm doing this or I'm not. Like, that's it. And I truly, I'm dead serious. I didn't even know that, like, I told him that. And now I'm looking back and I'm like, damn, that's kind of sick that I told him that. Like, and it actually panned out and worked. But, he interviews guys, and, like, he might, I don't know who he interviewed this year, but he might have interviewed a guy this year that gave him this elaborate plan on some plan B if he gets cut one time. And he's like, I'm not signing you because you're going to get cut.
Bro.
So it's just going to happen. So, like, and a lot of these, like, if you don't have a plan B, which you shouldn't, you keep working at it, and, like, whenever one pops, it pops. And if it never pops, and, like, you gave it all, you tried your best to, like, make your dreams come true. And if it fails, man, at least you can live with yourself knowing that you did everything.
You know what's crazy? Nobody asks a lawyer, what's your plan B?
Yeah.
Like, you don't ask a school teacher, what's your plan B? Like, bro, like, you went to school for 5 to 6, 7 years, 7 for me, and I ain't go to school to be a teacher, but like, but you could go to school for however long, right? And you don't have a plan B. Like, if I'm going to be a doctor, I'm going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
You're not going into it saying, I might be a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you do, okay, but, like, you're not saying
people
you
are
have
still
plan
asking
B.
me what my plan B is. Like,
yeah, because they don't believe that what you got cooking here is gonna
100%
equate to anything, a value, and, like, that right there is, like, people telling me, why don't you have a real job? Like, sorry, I'm out here. They don't know that I woke up at 7 a.m. I dug 2 ditches around the house with a machine like this, like 2 ditches. Did the yards, got done around 12:30, went to work out, then went to the field and snapped, and then went to bed, woke up, dug 2 ditches, went to the gym, went to the field, woke up. Like, they don't know that shit.
It's funny, someone will work and they'll do 10 different jobs in the amount of time that I've been an artist.
Man.
And then they'll ask me when I'm getting a real job.
Come on.
And I'm like, I've been doing the same job that I've been doing while you've had the last 10 jobs. So when are you getting a real job? Because it's like, it's frustrating, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not putting myself in an NFL category. I don't know that. But I can
it's all
relate.
relative, you know,
Yeah.
like it's all same.
Yeah, because it to come back to our conversation of Pittsburgh is like, if you break the mold here, you broke the mold. There's a lot of people that live in the mold here.
You break the mold though, and everyone thinks that you have it. Like you have it, and you're living this great lifestyle. And like, dude, we're still human beings. Like the people that do make it out of Pittsburgh are still you're still human beings, and you're still like you still have issues. Just because you make $1 million and you're successful and you have a business and you have this and have that, like that doesn't mean you don't have issues and you don't have like problems to deal with. You don't have your family, this, that to deal like. People are just kind of like delusional about people that are chasing a dream and people that are successful and got to their dream. Like they're delusional about who you are as a person almost.
They're only delusional, I believe, bro, because they quit on their dreams, so they expect you to do the same. And that's one thing that I can never get with, bro. Like I still to this day believe that we're going to be the #1 podcast in the city of Pittsburgh, then soon to be in the world. You know what I mean? And that's in part that we got some other things coming up. We'll get into that another day and another year. But I will say this, bro, like if you stop chasing your dreams, don't blame somebody else. Blame yourself. You feel me? Like you can't blame nobody else for you not chasing your dreams. So if you're somebody out there that's watching this right now, stop hating on people who are still chasing theirs. You know what I mean? And you still got the opportunity to chase yours. You just got to make that decision. So for you, man, like for you to be chasing your dream from one athlete to another and probably from an artist to another, because you're an art. What you do is an art.
What I do is legitimately
it's an art. Like I'm being serious, but
That's-
I can't even actually think on how to snap that ball back. And watching you, my boy Cal Adamitis, he was a specialist, by the way. He is a specialist.
Vinny?
This guy right here is a specialist.
I was a holder.
He was the holder.
I respect that.
That's hard to do, bro.
Hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, what did that? Yeah,
I just wanted to get out of sprints most of the time. So that's why
He's smart.
smart.
specialists, we're going to get some, you know.
Speaking of just getting out of sprints, I got to just tell you this real quick. So we got a new strength coach down in Pittsburgh. Great, Toos. It's been great program. Kind of helped me transform my body. I feel great. Whatever. We got those GPS monitors in the
Love
back
the
of our
GPS.
jersey, right? They monitor like how fast you go, how far you run.
I'd be figuring out how to hack those if I played.
Well, I figured it out, but they figured it out as well that I figured it out. I'll take the jersey off and I'm going like this to make sure my speed.
Like, bro, he doesn't go anywhere, but he goes in a circle
Really fast, bro.
Like,
Because
his
I
360.
didn't hit anything close to what I was supposed to on Wednesday. So I took that GPS monitor and I'm throwing this thing. It said I ran like 27 miles per hour. That's really possible. Like if you had to slow down the rotation, you were good.
I don't know, coach.
He asked
It's your
the other-
technology.
He asked the other specialist, what did he do on Wednesday? He did either nothing, which I had an off day. I mean, they might just stood there and watched, but it was hilarious that I just had to tell that real
It's
quick.
like the Gronk story. Did you ever hear the Gronk story where you were supposed to record your workouts and instead he just changed his outfit a bunch of times. He did it in one day. It was supposed to be like a month's worth. I think it was during like COVID, maybe. If that's correct.
He recorded himself working out in different outfits doing the workout
in one
every
day.
day.
That was it.
The strength coach in Tampa is actually from Pittsburgh. Anthony Paroli, Aliquippa guy.
Okay.
Trained it, opened up ESI back in Bridgeville back in the day. He's a Pittsburgh guy, and he's like, dude, I knew he was changing these outfits. Like, like he's like he'd put an outfit on, it'd be a brand new outfit. He wasn't sweating.
Hey, I think it's smart. That's adversity right there.
People don't give him credit.
But maybe you sweat a little bit more in the outfit before you send it out. Like, bro, you're dry in this one, and then you're wet as heck in this one.
He put water on himself too, just to make it look like he's sweating.
That is so spectacular.
Yeah. Well, dude, appreciate you coming in today. I know you got a lot of stuff going on with the outing and with are you doing a camp? Is that
Youth camp.
right?
June 29th at Chartiers Valley High School. Grades 2 to 5 from 9 a.m. to 11, and then grades 6 to 8 from 12 to 2. Good time, man. It's We got shirts, water bottles, sweat towels, some prizes, maybe some signed terrible towels by your own right here, if they want them.
Hometown hero, baby.
But seriously, it's a good time. We'll have some. Hopefully, I get some of my teammates out there. Just cool, you know. Some of these kids that come, we have like tickets for kids coming. They're like some underprivileged kids here in the city, and they come, and it's cool, man. They get a day to like just run around on the field and be around an NFL guy, which you guys don't give a shit about, but as you shouldn't. We're just dudes. But like those little kids, it makes their day.
I remember going. I went to like the Willie Parker speed camp back in like dude, just going to shit like that was so cool. Even if they stopped in at the end just to be like, thanks for coming, you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
It makes a difference, dude. And it excites kids to play. What?
You went to that camp?
Yeah.
Bro, you know what's crazy? He's still doing that camp.
Really?
Like
Is he really?
He just did that camp in Pittsburgh probably like 2 months ago.
Good for him.
Crazy.
That's
What a
awesome.
guy.
That's really cool, man.
And then the golf outing, obviously, next Saturday. You boys will be out there podcasting. We'll all be out there.
Yeah, that'll be actually dropping. This will be dropping the same week as the outing, so that's this weekend.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, if there's couples out there that I know we have very limited spots left. Like it's damn close to sold out, but it's on my Instagram page. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I put it on there, but I think Heather put it on there.
Yeah.
It should be on there.
Jesse's got a whole foursome full of
Of
single
what?
moms
No,
in the
finish
cart.
this.
Man, I'm over here
You started. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Jesse and 3 other single moms are in a foursome in one of the tee boxes for sure.
Oh man, I'm a lover. What can I say?
I knew
It's like, come on, ladies, we're carrying.
You're carrying.
Well, I appreciate you, boys.
man. Yeah.
I gotta take a piss. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty bad.
Okay.
It's a
I've
good
been
sign.
standing up, pinching this one off. See ya.
Go get it, man. Thanks for watching, guys.